Hi folks, it's Moz here, and I have a really interesting kit I'm going to be unboxing for you today. Not only is it what I think a very good simplified kit, but you won't believe the price that you can get these for. It's a 1/35th Panther from TAKOM. It's from their Blitz Super Range. Now, if you're into your tanks and you are really into detail and you do your research, this kit might not be for you. But if you are like the 85% of us who just like a kit, want to build it quickly and paint it with a good amount of detail, I think this kit is for you. And also the price of it is really pocket money. So if you've been put off doing kits or tanks in particular 1/35th scale, like mini art or rifle models or even those complex TAKOM kits, this could be right up your street. Anyways, let's have a look at the box, look at the instructions, and then look at the sprues. And here we are. This is the TAKOM Blitz Super Range, the Panther Ausf G, late production, Panzerkampfwagen 5 SDKFZ 171. Lovely box art, this one here. Basically, it's a graphic representation, and you know, I do like that scheme. I like the way the barrel there's got like a barbershop effect, but yeah, very nice indeed. Edge of the box, you've got two of the schemes. I believe it comes with 4 schemes. You've got the Panzer Regiment 39, Panzer Brigade 29. So you've got some, you know, mostly stripes on here, but I do like that scheme. And then, oh, it's only showing you 2. Edge of the box here, you've got your sprue tree, your sprues here. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you have your lower hull, your upper hull, a little bit of photo etch there. It comes with cable, metal barrel, and a decal sheet, which is nice. And then edge of the box there, you've got the box art again, and I think it's the same on the other side. So yeah, top opening box as these kits are, and inside you will be you will see that there's quite a lot of sprues. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sprues, as it says on the box. And there is your hull and top. Put that to one side. So I've opened the box already. I was looking for that before. And this is the instructions, and this also comes again with a metal barrel, and there's the decals, there's the photo etch. Just I've only opened this so I had a little look at it. And also you get copper rope for your tow cable, which is a nice addition. So you've got two thicknesses there. So it's 1 and 2. Let's have a look at the decal sheet, and let's get that up close to the camera and then zoom in so you can see it. And yeah, so you're getting 8 decals there. 1, 2, I think there is 4 schemes in this. I'm sure somebody said there was 4 schemes, but we'll have a look. But yeah, not too bad. Heavy on the carrier film there, so a couple of coats of matte will be required to get them to bed down. But yeah, very nice. Have a look at the photo etch as well. And it's, you know, basically it's for the grills, for the intakes or the exhaust. There you are. Nice. We'll put that back in there as well, just to protect that. Put it on the back. So there. Just jumping in very quickly to ask a bit of a favour. If you are enjoying the content on this channel and are not yet a subscriber, will you please consider becoming a subscriber? It's really simple and it's free. All you've got to do is click subscribe, and if you ring that bell, click all, you'll be notified when I release a new video. If you are a subscriber, will you please feel free to like this video, and at the end of the video I will put up content or links to content where you can watch other content on my channel. All this really helps. Again, huge thanks to all of you who are subscribers. Anyway, let's get back to the video. Let's have a look at the instructions first, because these kits are very simplified, and that's a good thing. So if you want a tank that doesn't have hundreds of thousands of bits, this might be the answer. A lot of the parts are molded in position. So straight off, nice clear instructions, it looks like. Some cautions how to apply decals, removing PE and use instant glue not included, you know, all the things. There is your call outs for your sprues, 1 2 3 4 5 6 again, and then we'll start with the build. Right, straight off the bat, it looks like you're dealing with, so it looks like the swing arms are already in position. Just quickly looking, yeah, so that's good. So that will mean that you'll be perfectly level, and you've got a set of wheels here, and they look like they're joined. So it looks like it's just one piece. That's a nice idea. You know, how many times have we been through this where you have to basically go through every single wheel on the tank? So basically there, so that fixes on, that fixes on. You got D30 is the opposite, so C10, D30 opposite. Just wondering what that is. That one there must be going the other side, I assume. C17, yeah. So you're basically building up the hull, which is nice. Road wheels, 2-piece, and you make 2 of them, and you got 1 for each side. That's nice. Okay, so yeah, so it looks like you have these sections here to join together. Interesting. Okay, so don't cut these bits off. So it's a bit glossy. Yeah. Okay, that's nice. Link and length track now on the instructions, so simply put that all together. So they're in pairs, they are, which is nice. Normally they're in singles, aren't they? A couple of singles there, but they're all in pairs to make it easier for you. Nice close-up detail of where the joins are, which is nice, showing you where the wheel should be. And then finally you put the 1 2 3 4 wheels there on, and that's on the opposite side as well, and they're the only single wheels, it looks like. The rest are all kept together, and they're hidden actually, so when they're put together you can't see. Nice TAKOM, I like that a lot. Right, okay, again moving on, putting on some small parts. A lot of the parts are molded on, it looks like, in the instructions. Building up the exhaust here, and the vents, etc. Brilliant. Oh, you got to drill some holes there, 0.8 holes for there, which will, I presume, so that's that side, switch him over, which will attach that piece there. Nice. Okay, and then all that attaches on back, and it looks like you've got a choice there of storage. Flip upside down, you've got these pits. I don't know what they are actually, so do apologize, but you've got some sort of engine to go in there, so it might be a simplified engine with a little bit of detail. Turn the page over. What are we on? That's 2 pages there. Then you're attaching the hatches, and if you have the hatch open or close, it looks like on this, which is nice. I put some handles on, photo etch to go in, which is a good thing. This looks like it's all pre-molded on, so let's have a look at that. Some brackets there already fitted, which is nice. Turn them over. Lights on the front, your lamps, and again, so D10, that looks like one piece, so the track's all in one piece to go on the side, and looks like there's some, might be some hangers there some brackets to fit that on. So as again, all simplified on this kit, not a lot of pieces here. Turning over again, there's your, I think it's periscope there, isn't it? That's for the driver. You've got a weapon there in front, which I think you already put in on, there it is, there's the weapon there. So as the weapon goes on there. C5, and more storage to go on. Again, looks like the tools here already in place in brackets, so you're just basically gluing them on. The side skirt bracket there goes on, I think that's the side skirt bracket, isn't it? Yeah. So looking through, what am I doing? Yeah, so upper hull onto the lower hull. Then you're building up the turret, and again, hatches either open or close if you so wish, but there's not a lot of detail inside. Handles, etc. to put on, and then you've got the periscope parts here. Oh, I see. So that fits on top, and then you cut. So you attach it in one hit, and then you cut around. Oh, that's lovely. That so everything should be uniform. That's a good design choice. As I said, simplified kit from TAKOM. Very, very nice indeed. Right, now you're moving on to the barrel setup, and obviously no glue, so you can then adjust them. You can have them moving. Looks like, yeah, so A5 goes on top of that, around. Is that right? A5? Oh, that goes on top. Then do you snip? No, you don't snip them off, because that just good. That's really nice, that. So that's all in one piece, goes on top. Very nice again. Honestly, it's so simplified, this kit. It's fantastic. Then you've got a choice then of open or close for the barrel. What do you call it? The, yeah, stop the barrel from moving. The lock. Muzzle brake in one piece, so I presume that'd be side molded. And that's 3 pieces, banging that in. The gun looks like it's all in one piece with the holder for it that goes on. That's nice. And the barrel and the turret can move side to side again, and that's it. That's the build. Oh, the side skirts to go on as well, and I think that's everything. That's why it was a bit glossy. I hate when it don't need to be glossy, but it does give some presentation, I guess. That's basically it, and then you're all up for the schemes. So you've got the Panther Ausf G late, painted and masking guide. So late production with full interior, but there's no full interior on this one. So so you've got 1, 2, 3 and 4. So you've got 4 marking guides here. So yeah, Panzer Regiment 29, May 1945. Panzer Regiment 39, March 1945. Kampfgruben Schloss, Buckerberg, Germany, April 1945. And then you've got the Brigade 29 Panzer Division, April 1945 as well. So yeah, so 4 schemes with this kit, and nicely presented. I love that. That's a nice picture, that, definitely. So the Panther Ausf G. So there you go. Right, let's move on. Let's have a look at the hull, because I'm very interested in this. A nice bit of bubble wrap here, packaging wise. So there you go. There's the lower hull. And like I said, the swing arms are already fixed, so that will help with keeping the wheels in line, so it'll be level. You can see there that it's, if I just go in close up with the camera, it's Blitz Super by TAKOM 2024, so it's his last year's tooling, and you can see there some nice detail on the side. As I said, a lot of it is all in situ. So like the plates, a little bit of suspension there. So you haven't got to worry about building up the hull. All this here is all being molded on. Very nice. I do like that. Again, nice choice that. Here we go. So let's go look at the upper hull now. Everything's all in separate bags. Again, you can see that basically most of it is all molded on. You know, when you get a kit, you've got some detail there. They've gone with, you know, quite a bit of detail there. Let's look at the front there, so you can see on the edges there. There's all placements there, all locating holes and slots to put stuff on. And on the top there, everything's all in. I think you have to cut that piece off. Yeah, it's just a bit of a strength to then probably like ejector pin all on the inside, nothing on the outside. So you know they've done well there. And look at this, all these brackets as well. Tell you what, TAKOM, you know, and when I talk about the price, you'll be absolutely. The price of these is peanuts really for a 135th kit. So there you go, that one there. Okay, Sprew A is basically the turret, and you can see that there's lots of detail added to the turret itself. I'm mildly impressed by this kit. There's your plate there for the turret to base itself on. Again, like I said, all the ejector pin marks are well hidden. Some detail there to be added. I've got a rough steel texture on the barrel holder there, and looks like you may have a choice there. A little bit of engine detail there, nothing massive, but it's there for you to play with. You know, there's the periscope, like I said, that's all in one piece, and you actually cut around that. So when it goes into position on the top here, you then cut this around and then just give it a little bit of a sand. Or if you've got some pretty sharp snippers, some god hands, that'd be easy. And that's all in one piece as well on the top. There's your hatch there for the engine, I believe. And yeah, it's a couple of hatches there. It is looking a rather nice kit. Moving on to Sprew B, and they have left you with some parts to fit on this tank. Basically, you know, handles, hatches. There's the muzzle brake there, bit of side molding on that, which is nice. Again, brackets here, and looks like there's tools already attached. So already attached to the brackets, which is a nice look. Parts there, I think that's for the muzzle brake there. Yeah. Again, like I said, you know, no flash on this. This is a crisp looking kit. Look at the detail on the weapon there. Very nice. Very small ejector pin mark, ejector pin lug there to remove. As I said, you know, it's almost built for you. And yeah, so that's Sprew B. But yeah, look at that. It's tidy, isn't it? It's a very tidy kit. So then on to Sprew C now, and just look at the level of detail on there. Look at that. It's lovely, isn't it? Again, if you look at the side skirts there, if you just put them at an angle, can you see that they've even replicated the way they cover each other? There's an overlap that they've molded on to this, so all in one piece, and they've still maintained a little bit of detail on the overlap. Honestly, TAKOM, this is an absolute bloody bargain. This is a great looking kit. Again, all these little parts here are already added to you. Nice, strong locating part, you know, bits there where you've got the square and you know, raised. So it's you know, attachable. Very nice. Again, there's a bit of storage there. There's the brackets there, which I assume is for the side skirts. And then you've got the parts there for the front. You've got a bit of texture on that box there. Do you see that? A little bit of texture. I'll tell you what, honestly, when I tell you the price at the end, you're going to just be blown away. So far, so good on this kit. The goat Sprew C. Moving on to Sprew D. Again, you can see the level of detail side molded there on the back boxes. Again, these here have texture on them, steel texture, and you can see that on the edge. It looks like a bit of weld going on there. Honestly, The detail of this kit is fantastic. I am totally impressed. It doesn't take a lot for me to be impressed, does it? You know, I still buy FX's Spitfires, don't I? There you go. You got some couplings there, nicely detailed, molded. Put the camera there, right? And there again, there you are. There's the spare tracks, and they're molded in one piece, so easy. And there's some little tiny locating pins there. Is that locating pins? Oh, sorry, I lied. It's not locating pins. It looks like they will just fit on. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I was just thinking that, yeah, they'll just slip on there, won't they? Straight on onto the actual rack itself. So there you go. There are the tow-in rope eyes, and they have been molded, so they've got the holes in them. Tell you what, yeah, really well thought out kit this. And if it's, you know, somebody told me that they were a Mojo build, and I've got the Panther. I have the Jag Panther as well to look at as well, so I'll go through that kit as well at some point. But apparently these are Mojo builds, so yeah, marvelous. So that was Sprew D. So on to Sprew E, and you can see the detail of the tracks there as we go through. This is the back end, but if you can notice what I can see, hopefully you'll see it as well, that they are actually curved. Can you see there's a slight curve in the tracks? So you've got that sag in the tracks there. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. You got the drive wheels there, nicely molded, and shouldn't be too much problem. And on the track you can see just the faintest of ejector pin mark, but nothing that you need to worry about. But with the curve on these tracks as well, these should just go together absolutely fine. And another thing I like about this TAKOM kit, and just something that maybe something that you might think about, is that I love the way that they've actually put the numbers on the sprue gates. Now you may say, oh, you know, what's wrong with having a square at the box? Well, if you think about it, if you wanted to cut the parts off, right, and paint them already, what you would actually do is actually cut them at the sprue gate, so you have the number showing. So say if you wanted to just paint that separately, you could actually trim that bit off there, cut that off there, and it will leave you the number on. So when you paint it up, then you won't forget what number it is. It's just one of those things. It just was a nice little touch. Normally you see the part number in a box on the side, don't you? But also when they do it like this, you don't get any confusion, do you? So like sometimes you see that you'll have a part here and a part there, and they'll have the number there and the number there, and sometimes it could be a bit confusing. But yeah, so that's Sprew E, which is the tracks. And then the final sprue, which is F, is the wheels themselves. And as you can see, these ones here are all joined. So basically you trim them off, you paint them up. So don't cut these bits off, because when these attach to the swing arms, you won't see them, but they'll make sure that they're perfect. You know, you can cut them off if you want to do them individually, that's up to you, but there's no need, because they thought this out. So basically, I think, if I'm right, this is the first section that goes on, and then you join these two together, you glue these two together, and then you finally put the 4 wheels on, and it covers all these. Fantastic. I really like that, TAKOM, and other manufacturers take note. It's a simplified kit, and I know some people think, oh, but you know, sometimes with these simplified kits, once you've done your magic on them with the art and everything, it's done, isn't it? So there you go. And that is the final sprue, Sprew F. Wow, what are your thoughts on this kit? I'm going to just lay it out for you now. Like I was saying previously, that this kit is a very simplified model. And in all honesty, if you're someone that shies away from complex photo etch parts, complex assembly, you know, fitting the tiniest parts to a tank, you know, single track, you know, and all these other ideas that, you know, that come into those who are die-hard tank builders, and you want something a little bit simple and that you can build and crack on with the painting. This is perfect. In fact, I would say that these kind of kits that are very simplified like this could be the next step on for someone who have done 3 or 4 starter sets and want to experience a 1/35th build without the complexity of, you know, the single tracks and doing all the road wheels, all the suspension, you know, the swinging arms. You know, this is perfect for you. And I think that, as I said, I think about 85% of us are that kind of modeler where, you know, we're not really that interested in the minute details. We don't do the research on how things look. This is basically done for you. The lower, like the lower hull, the swing arms are all molded in position so that you don't have to worry about getting the levels right. You know, when you do link and length track, sometimes it can look a little bit wooden or, you know, structurally, you know, just straight. These have been molded with that sag in it for you, so it should be straightforward for you to build. And that's the beauty of these Blitz Supers by TAKOM. They are very straightforward. As I said, it's you know, the instructions are very clear, and they've given you some little extras to get you into the aftermarket side of things, like the photo etch, the copper cord that they've given you for the tow rope, and the metal barrel. Fantastic. I think it's an absolutely sublime looking kit. In fact, it even could be your next mojo build, indeed. Now let's get on to the price. Now, if you are a tank builder, you would know you could spend between 40 and 80 pounds on a very in-depth kit. You know, I think Mini Art, some of their kits are around the 50-60 pound mark. I know Academy released kits like the full interior Tiger 1, and that was around about the 50 pound mark. But if you're someone who just wants something quick off the shelf to have a little build, you can't go wrong with 25 quid, can you? And that's the price of these kits. Now, in the UK, they're not sold by TAKOM, even though everything in the box art is exactly the same. They're actually being shipped out and labelled under the Das Werk brand. So they're a German company that's bought these kits in, and they've labelled them up. It says Super Blitz TAKOM on the box. In fact, this is the one I got from Jadland, which I'll be doing a review on. This is the Panther G2. As you can see, it says Super Blitz here, but it has Das Werk. But everything in the box is exactly the same as if it was labelled just by TAKOM. So this is the Das Werk. You can buy the Das Werk release for 25 quid, including the postage. And I got this from Jadland, and they're selling these kits from at the Jadland website. So we're going to go and have a look at their brand new website now. I'll leave a link in the description box below where you can get this kit for £25 with free postage. I have seen them also around for 22 quid, 23 quid from other model companies or model shops. If you want to go to your local model shop, they are a very good price. So a simplified kit, ease of build, maybe a mojo build. If it's your first tank, I would recommend this tank. And apart from the schemes, yeah, maybe the schemes may be a little bit too complex, but you know, like I said, you're building this for you, so you could just make up your own scheme for this, use the decals that are provided, and just have a little bit of a play with it. Maybe even use it as a mule for your, you know, for trying out new techniques. And for £25, what's to lose? I'm going to rate this kit right up there as something that you may want to buy in the next 6 months if you fancy having a crack at a tank. There's two, like I said, that I've seen, that is the Panther and the Jag Panther. As I said, really good. I will do a review on that Jag Panther after this one, but as I say, I'm doing this because I want to give it away in a competition for a future video. And if that video is out, go and have a look for it. I think I'm going to be doing it for the July edition of the releases that I'm doing. yeah, the July new tool releases video. What I'll do is I'll leave a link at the end of the video to that video if you want to win this tank. That's the idea anyway. So I'm actually doing this video before I'm doing the other video. But I'm so excited by this, that's why I wanted to put it out there. Anyways, that's it. I'll leave links in description, as I said, where you can buy this kit, and hopefully you will enjoy building it once you get it. And please also let me know and send me pictures of your completed builds. I love it when people have bought a kit I've recommended and they've built it and they send me the pictures. It's always nice to see that maybe I've done a bit of good work in this community. Anyways, that's it from me. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, click like. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please subscribe. It's completely free. All you got to do is click subscribe, ring that bell, click all to be notified when I release a new video. And one big huge shout out goes to my channel members who help me financially with this channel. If you'd like to become a channel member, just click join below and select which membership tier you so wish. We do have a Tuesday night live stream just for channel members where we work on our bench and we talk about scale modeling, and we also build models as well, and just have a bit of banter and talk about things that are happening in life. It's like a little model club just for the channel members. So please, if you feel like joining me for that, click join below. In one of the four corners will be a video or a playlist of other content on my channel that you might like to watch. Please check it out, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great rest of your week.